Good afternoon, everyone. See if people can hear me. I can definitely hear me. Not do that, otherwise I'm going to confuse myself. Welcome, everybody, to the first round of the Berserk VulCon4 Invitational quarterfinal. This is between Ric 707 and Strydor. I'm Dude MK3. Today I'm going to be your host, and I'm going to be waffling at you, talking about some of the matches. So let's kick things off. We are joining them now, just as they are picking their opening hands here. Bottom is Ric, and top is Strydor at the moment. So, not a great start from Strydor there, having to shuffle out a lot of his hand. It's not what he was hoping for, I think, there. Ric, looking at his cards, he's got some strong cards there on the left. He's debating whether he wants to keep all of those strong cards or whether he's going to swap some of them out. He's got a lot of time to think about this though, so let's see where he goes. Having that lava card in your hand at the start is very critical. That's very useful for him. Oh, those are some good cards for him to swap into. Just going to go close in on Ric here. Let's have a look at his hand at the moment. Both of them obviously running Asterion, very popular Vulcanite at the moment. Obviously very strong power. He's going in with the lava card there, get a nice burst of early lava, really ramp up the pace. The question here is he going to drop that Strangle Vines? No. He's going for slightly more aggressive, so he's gone for getting the Shade Warrior in his hand there, activating the power early, activating that, getting a Blacksmith. That's a very strong opening hand. That's 9 damage on the board in one card. That's pretty good. How is Strydor going to respond? He's opening with his own ability straight away, but nothing else in his hand actually playable at the moment. That is going to be a rough start for him. Ric immediately in there with the Shade Warrior, cleaning up 9 damage to the face. Oh, and another Shade Warrior to finish that off. Oh. It was 6-3, but it did not stick around long. Oh, and he's got an Edge of Night coming up. This is a killer start from Ric. This is pretty filthy. Strydor dropping a Reborn card there. 3-1 is very good, but it's too slow at this point, I think. And there comes the Edge of Night from Ric. He's dropped that on the board. Oh, I do not think this first game is going to last very long at all. Strydor trying to buy himself a little bit of time there, healing back up, but the hand is just not with him at the moment. Is he going to get to the 6 lava to get that wall of bodies down? That might buy him some time, but I'm not sure it's going to go on that long. Oh. Oh god, look at this. Ric he's got a Strangle Vines in the hand and 2 Amazon Defenders. He's got this, I think, in the bag. Even with a 2-7 drop from Strydor. There's just so much damage waiting there. Yeah, cleaning through that taunt very easily. 4 more damage to the face, probably. Yep. And then drop a defender just to secure his position. Is he going to put 2 down to guarantee it? He doesn't know what Strydor has in hand, or is he going to put some more damage down to pressure? So he's trying to drop the pressure. That's a very good point, Pegasus, actually. I don't know if this is the wrong deck from Strydor. It does feel a little bit weaker than something we'd expect from him. They did manage to get the wall of bodies down. That has bought him some time. So the Wall of Bodies there is one of the new cards. It's got armor instead of health. So the interesting thing about this card is you have to hit it 5 times to get rid of it. You can't just overwhelm it with the 6 damage Chiron. You have to hit it. So it's really, really good for buying yourself some time, delaying. The trade-off on it is you do sacrifice a slot on the board, so when the card is dead, it is there forever. So it does occupy a spot. It's a real trade-off, but it can be a really powerful way to swing the momentum in this game. Unfortunately for Strider, I think Ric has just got too many bodies on the board and is going to take this game one. Oh, the Sunfire Strike coming up next as well. Everything has fallen his way this game. These have been some god level card draws. Using the 1 damage rally there to try and clear out the reborn trigger. It's just not going to be enough. Not enough answers when you needed them. And here we go, Ric cleaning up the last taunt, and that's lethal damage. Round 1 to Ric. He's jumping straight back into setting up the lobby. He's obviously very happy with his deck at the moment. No changes needed there. Let's have a look at what Stryder's going to do. It's just double checking his deck. I am seeing there are OG cards in there. He's got Sunfire Strike, he's got Cankerous Mammoth, he's got Amazon Defenders. There are cards in there. I think he just got very unlucky on his card draws. Subbing out that Shaman didn't do a lot from him in game 1. I think it's just not got the pace he needs. What is he going to put in its place, I wonder? Subbing in an Edge of Night instead. So he's keeping the same sort of lava split on his deck there, but a little bit more defensive. Subbing out the Spartoy Hoplite and putting something perhaps a little bit cheaper in. See what he's going for. Yeah, Snares of the Face. So a little bit cheaper there. Just bring the pace of his deck up a little bit. Still running the Asterion though, so both the same there. And we are on to game 2. That's a much better opening hand for him. Ric still getting that Storm Surge though, opening hand. The Lava card's so essential. But with a Shade Warrior, an Edge of Night, and an Eye of Typhon in his opening hand, Strider is going to have a couple of answers at least if he can make it this far. See what Ric wants to do with his opening play. Does he want to use that Storm Surge early, or does he want to hang on to it? I wonder. Save it for something. Nope, he's going to drop it straight away and open with Reborn. I assume really get that damage out there. Yeah. 3-1 and then summon the Asterion. Blacksmith gets the additional 3 damage. That's still 7 damage on the board. That's still a very strong opening turn. So Strider with the 2 extra, with the additional lava there, does have a little bit more options for what he can do. He doesn't have a lava card in hand, but he does still have 2 cards in play. Ric is a real fan of the Reborn cards. He's really pushing to maximize value from every card in his deck, get additional cards, summon additional cards in hand, really stretch out how far his 30 cards go. It means he lacks a little bit of control and answers to some combos, but he has a lot more cards and can generally grind out the end game quite well if he has to. Strydor opening with the undead, try and get some damage in here. Clear out the first stage of that reborn early, and then summon his own blacksmith. Now his blacksmith will be slightly stronger because it gets the 4 damage from the other one, so it's a little bit more efficient there. It still has only 3 health though, so it still can be killed by either one of those cards, unfortunately. So he's probably just going to lose it, yep, straight away to the remaining Spartoid there. And then Ric swinging back with his own undead, getting 6 damage to the face pretty early. There we go, Stridor's found one of his lava cards now. 3 lava there, he can put a taunt down if he wants to delay. He's got a swamp gas coming in. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to buy himself a turn. Yeah, I think you're right there, Pegasus. It was a little misplay from Stridor there to leave his blacksmith exposed like that. It didn't really gain him anything. He'd already cleared out the 3/1s reborn, and really he traded his ability for 1 health worth of damage. This way around, he could have saved it, swamp gassed, and then so with the immune gone, Edge Knight is basically useless as a taunt, so he's going to use it actively to try and get some damage down, and then gain himself a little bit of bonus damage there. He's going to go for the Swamp Gas, and then the stun to try and get some control back. So the 4 health is really helpful there. It really does keep it alive. He's going to struggle to kill that in 1 hit with what he's got left. Unfortunately, Ric with the answer there. He's going to deal 1 damage as the card comes in, and then swing at it for 3. Clearing out. He really doesn't want to let Stridor use any of these control cards. He doesn't want him to have any ability to like lock down his side of the board. Just try and lock out that rage before it gets going. Just going to get a little bit more lava. Drop a big card in now. Yeah, green ones and a Stranglevines, and then 2 to the face. He's not really worried about Stridor's card there. Let Strydor pick who he wants to attack. Strydor with the Amazon Defenders there. He's just trying to get a little bit of protection on his side of the board, get some creatures out, really try and get some control back. Dealing with the first stage of that reborn early there. Ric with another lava card just when he needs it. I'm going to clear that up and drop another Stranglevines. Oh, this is brutal. Strydor looking to maximize his value here, so he's going to use the 4 damage to clear out the green ones. Probably take the 2/1 to deal with the Stranglevine that's already been killed, and I imagine he'll want to silence and kill the remaining one before it has a chance to wake up. So I have Typhon there. Silences a card before it destroys it, which removes the reborn effect, so that's a way of maximizing value there. Killing reborn cards with that is a really, really good use of that spell. And then 1 last defender, try and buy himself a bit more time. He's got a Chiron in hand that's going to be potentially quite good. Without any Centaurs alive, it's not as useful as it could have been. But that was a very, very good play from Strydor there. Thinking long and hard here about how he wants to play this turn. They've both used a lot of their cards. They've not left themselves a lot of options in hand, so they are kind of relying on heart of the cards here. He's just going to try and get a bit more bodies on the board as well. Same as Ric. Ric starting to flood his hand here with lava cards. Not that useful. He's got 8 already and 2 in hand now, so he's got way more than he could possibly need. But he does still have the upper hand slightly. He's just going for face damage. He's really pressuring Strydor here, forcing him into making the plays. More reborn cards. It's making it so difficult to have any sense of control. Doesn't have quite enough mana to make himself a taunt immune combo here, so he's really got to decide how he wants to play this. He's going to drop that taunt card, try and hold him up a bit, get rid of that. He's going to trade the 5 damage there. Yeah, I think that's about the best he could have done, really. Just doing his best to pull damage off the board, buy himself time and hope that that taunt survives. Commenting on those 2 lava cards and risking him flooding out, and then he draws a Sunfire Strike, so he's just going to clear the board and fill it back up with a Mammoth. Oh, that's harsh. Just double checking there. He's trying to remember if those are the reborn versions or not, and they aren't. So they're going to come back, and he's going to get the Sunfire Elemental as well. Oh, it's a strong play from Ric. Is he going to bother with the Mammoth, or is he going to leave it? He's going to save it for now. He doesn't know if Strydor has a response of his own. So he's playing a little bit cautious there. Swamp Gas cleaning things up a little bit there, but still leaving that Sunfire alive with 1 health to go. He's going to have to play the Chiron now, even though there's no Centaurs on the board. It's not great, but it is what it is. Yes, you're right, Pegasus. That is a good point. The first version does have the lava cost on it, whereas the Reborn has the token in the top corner. Summoned the Bushwhack Wolf there and just pumped up that Sunfire. Again, making it 4-1. It's forcing Strydor to pay a lot to get rid of not a lot of health. It's just flooding the board. This is not looking great. He needs a board clear and he's just not got one. No taunts in hand. No way of removing enough damage on the board. And I think this is a good night, Vienna. Oh yeah, 100% Scoria, I agree. We need the whole UI overhaul. It needs to be a massive priority for us. We need to do a lot more to really explain what's going on the board. There's been a really good design, design drive recently for how we're going to be doing that. So we're going to be adding in little icons to the sides of the tokens on the board, so you can see all the different status effects, things like Reborn, Poison, Stealth, all of that will be, as well as the visual effects, there's going to be little icons on the side, so you can see that. And then when you hover over a card, we're going to basically revamp the hover effect. That was game to Rick. That is 2-0 to Rick there. Well, that was a fairly comprehensive play from Rick there. Very strong. Commiseration, Strydor, you played very well. You got very unlucky in game 1 there. I think you put up a good fight in game 2 though. Rick, however, proving why he's one of the best players here. Thank you everyone who stopped by. Hope you enjoyed that. Tune in soon for the second quarterfinal. We've got Grizzly versus Scory here. We'll be announcing details on when we're streaming that soon. I think it's brave of anyone there's to bet against Rick, but you know there's a couple of really strong contenders here. I think Rick has a very strong chance of making it all the way to London playing live. I think that would be very good to see. But whoever makes it, I think it's going to be a fantastic time. I love the optimism, Pegasus. I hope to see you there as well, man. That will be a very, very strong play. All right. I have to get back to work, unfortunately, guys, so we're going to have to cut this stream short here. But bye, everybody. Thank you so much. We will make sure this is recorded. We'll upload this on the YouTube channel as well. And as I said, keep an eye on Discord. We'll announce when we're doing the next stream for the second quarterfinal. All right. Ta-ta, everyone.